Welcome back to the Half Thumb Homestead. Came out the other day and the pool was down to the bottom of the tile. So we filled it back up. We went on that night, and the next day it was down to the bottom of the tile again. So we got a major leak somewhere. So once it gets to the bottom of the tile, the pool pump equipment was cavitating. So we got more pain and heartache with my pool. So came over here, look at this stuff. This was all flooded. No pressure, obviously the pool pump was on. What happened is the housing in the booster pump is cracked, and it's just fuming out of here, just flowing all out of here, making a big old mess. So we're gonna have to change out at least the front section here, if not the entire assembly. I'm gonna try and get away with just changing this out, but if I have to change the whole thing, I will. So let's get started and see how that goes. There's the flange crack. So we got to replace the housing. So first and foremost, I think we need to actually get a part course to fix this, but it's very difficult without a part number. There's no part number on either half. I've taken it apart. I've separated it. I did buy one off the shelf. It's not the right one. In order to get this off, the way this is set up is I have to cut the PVC on both ends. So I also have to get all the fittings to put it back together. So that's going to be a lot of fun, quite a challenge. So I'd like to actually put it back together where they can take it apart if this were to fail again, if they want to change out the apparatus or whatever they want to do. So we'll start by cutting off the PVC, probably here, and then unthread this, and then hopefully just unthread that. Maybe I can keep that piece there and just have to replace a separate piece, but we'll see. So bear with me. I'm going to twist this piece out. I sure did use a lot of thread tape, didn't I? Mind you, this pool equipment's about 20 years old now. Probably should all be replaced, but I'll replace it if you don't need to. Now we're going to try and spin this out the other side here. Again, I have not found a part number on this anywhere. So there's the crack right along the flange here. It's not a freeze crack, so I don't know what it was. I don't see any part numbers on this at all, so we're going to have to go to the pool store. So I shall be back. Alright, so here's what we got. I went to the pool store because the one I ordered on Amazon was the wrong one. Evidently there's two of these for the Polaris. This is a pre-2011. You can tell the difference because of the drain. The drain on this one is probably a 1/2 inch or 7/16 of an inch. The other one is a thumb screw. A thumb screw like that one or that one, so it's a lot bigger. This is, I believe, around the same size, but it is a little bit different. And then I also got the O-ring. I'll include all this stuff in the description below. So the old stuff goes away. I'm going to refit the top here with this splice fitting here because I want to be able to take this off again. Now I'm going to leave this piece rigid and thread it back on, and then I'll put the top piece on. I'll cut this to fit the top piece here, and we'll put it all back together. So I got what I should have done when I cut this off, I should have cut it back somewhere back here. Would have given me a little more stuff to play with. So had I thought about how I was going to put it back together before I took it apart, I might have done that. I'm going to start with the thread tape on the bottom down here. When you're using thread tape, if you put it away from you, like so, to wrap on your threads and pull as you wrap, you want to go and make sure when you put it together it goes in the direction of tightening. Because if you put it on the other way and you go to tighten it, it'll peel it off. So that piece will go on. We just take this dude here. Now, they had a whole bunch on there, so we're gonna add a little bit more just because. Now they used a bunch of goofy stuff to do this. This I believe is from like irrigation threaded into your sprinkler system. So we'll thread this on first. I'll stop about there. Looks about good. All right, so I'm gonna just glue a splice onto this thing here. They make smaller ones, but when I bought it and look at and I get home, look at that, it ain't gonna work. It will not work. So luckily I had one in my yard kit out there. I got an outdoor plumbing kit and an indoor plumbing, bunch of stuff. So this we'll just glue on here, and then we'll cut this back a little bit. We'll use this piece to glue back in here, or I also have a piece from my yard kit, and then we'll splice it in with this guy. So let me get that set up. Remember, it's just PVC, so if we mess it up, we can always glue more on. Of course, we don't want to have to do that. So I'm going to cut this back here. Schedule 20 or schedule 40, whatever they used or what you have is fine. You're not putting out more than probably 40 psi on this. Make sure you try and get all that debris out of there. You don't want that floating around your pool or into your pump. So this is the outlet, that's the inlet. So this is going to go out to the pool. So in order to give me some good rigidity when I twist this piece back on, I'm going to go ahead and install the pump right here. So I'm going to take my new O-ring. I'm going to wrap it around this guy here, make sure it's clean. What's nice about these bolts in this old style, I don't know about the new style, is they're captured inside this hexagon piece here, so they hide. So you don't need a second wrench to tighten them up. So we're going to get them all up started first. Then we'll use our trusty Milwaukee to tighten them up. Now again, you don't want to over tighten these. I'm sure if you do, it could crack it. It's just some kind of plastic. It's supposed to be tough. Super plastic. So we're going to tight, give it a wiggle. And once you put a wrench on it, and make sure they're all good and tight here. If I didn't tell you, these are all 1/2 inch. I don't mind using my Milwaukee, but I don't trust sometimes letting it tighten everything up, or because it may not be enough. I like using my own thoughts. Alright, so those are all tight. Now we're going to use thread tape on this guy. Again, we're going to hold the thread tape like this away from you. If I can get it to work here. And pull down so it can be tight, right? And then twist it. Alright. Before I thread that on there, we're going to put our pieces on here. Our splice. So this is going to involve the coupling, a rubber O-ring on both sides. I'm going to push this kind of far back because I don't know how much we're going to need. And then we'll do the same with the other side. We'll take this one and we'll just slide it on here like so. Probably use this to push the O-ring back. A lot easier, huh? Just get it totally out of the way, completely flush with that side. Now you can have a gap of up to about 2 inches in this. So if we have to cut the PVC a little bit more, we can. Don't put your O-ring on before you're coupling. So coupling goes on, and you slide your O-ring over. I don't know if you know how this works or not. So the coupling, you get it off here. Has a bevel here inside, and what that does is that squishes this guy to make it seal. So coupling and O-ring. Now once we get this done, we're going to let it sit for probably overnight. Make sure that the PVC glue is good and tight and hard, and it's not going to come off. Alright, so we've got everything. We have a little gap so we can spin this on. Let's go ahead and tighten this sucker in here. That should be right on there. Come check it out. So I'm trying to make sure it's perfectly aligned here. You don't want to go backwards because of your thread tape. So we got that in there. We can slide this guy over and we can thread this in. I'm going to take this one. Make sure you support it back here so it doesn't break on you. And I'll slide that O-ring up. Go up inside here. There we go. It's all reconnected. So now we got to wait, like I said, about 12-24 hours to make sure everything's good. So see you tomorrow. Alright, so here it is running. Got the pool pump on and we got no fluid coming out of here. Piece replaced, so that's good. Now I gotta fix that leak. Always something, right? Hate my pool. So here's all the tooling I used and all the parts. I'm gonna do my best I can to link everything in the description below, but some of this stuff is very difficult to find. Excuse me, I had to get this from my local pool supply store. I like the metal ring on top. The ones that I found on Amazon don't seem to have this metal ring on top, and the part numbers don't transfer over. So make sure you do your diligence and make sure you got the right one. Hacksaw or something to cut the PVC pipe, tooling to take it apart, 1/2 inch, 8 bolts, and a splice. And these are fantastic. Like and subscribe below, and thanks for watching. Half them out.